casually to Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. He played a draw in his final game as black against Hikaru Nakamura. She got started at the end. What were your thoughts when deciding whether or not to take it?
Well, I mean, I think it was a game of chicken. I was trying to figure out who's going to gamble or not gamble. I mean, I think the problem ultimately is that we're both low on time. I think if we had maybe an hour on the clock, there's a very good chance the game would continue. I think one of us would have deviated from making a repetition. But the problem is we're both down to about 20, 25, a little bit less than 25 minutes, and it's just a very, very tough situation to be in. You know, it's kind of funny because now I've seen some of the analysis, and I mean, perhaps I should have played on the end, but some of the moves that I think the Indians are recommending, like playing this G5, this knight f4 with like G5 is just, I mean, so foreign. I don't think Jan or I even consider these ideas that I don't feel too bad about it. So perhaps I should have continued, but I think at the end of the day, I also was looking at the other game, and I perceived Ferrugia to be a little bit better in his game against Gukesh at the time. I'm not so sure if that's true anymore, but it looked to me like he was a little bit better. He couldn't really be worse because I thought he could like break the white pawn structure. He didn't end up playing AB2. I mean, white got C4 and B3, but I did see that game was kind of up in the air, and so it just seemed practical to make the draw. Just go for it tomorrow.
And the fact that you took the draw, Gukesh's game is still ongoing. Even if he comes back and wins, you still control your own destiny because you played Gukesh. Did that factor into your decision?
Well, I mean, it's like when I was talking with my team, there's a good term to use when we talk about poker, and I mean, I would essentially say that when you look at Jan's situation, he's out of position relative to Gukesh and myself. I mean, I know a lot of people don't play poker, so they're not going to understand, but basically what it means is that Jan doesn't have any certainty in the final game. Like, he has his chance today with white, tomorrow he's black against Fabiano, whereas like Gukesh gets to try today. If I hold, I get to try tomorrow, so both of us are in a better situation relative to Jan, which I think, I was kind of surprised actually that Jan just played in Spanish, because I thought I could try something a little bit more wild. I felt like this was a big chance, but again, you never know. The games could all be draws, we could have tiebreakers, who knows, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, and also that also factored into when I decided to take the draw, because before the game today, I mean, I also told myself that if Gukesh wins and I'm half point down, I'm happy with that situation with white in the last round needing to win. So it's like, if I'm happy with that before the game, why now do I suddenly change and risk everything today? I mean, I'm sure Magnus somewhere is laughing. It's, you know, the whole be a shark thing is probably thinking that both of us should have tried to play for more, but it is what it is.
Let's see if we can continue the poker analogy. Our statisticians and staff from chess.com had you on the button today because they had you at 40% odds to win the tournament pre-round. Do you agree that that was about the right number pre-round?
I don't know. I mean, being on the button is an interesting term because I think that's giving, when you have the button, that's a lot of power in poker. But I don't think I really had that kind of power because I did have black pieces today. You know, I think the percentages are all kind of random, I would say, at the end of the day. I think it comes down to who controls their nerves better. And whoever does that probably will have the best chances. So 40% maybe. I mean, I think all of us, it's basically
at the post-game press conference, Jan Ivanic did almost all the talking, almost all of the lines. And you had mentioned the last couple of rounds you were a little bit fatigued. Did that have anything to do with fatigue, or was he just on a roll and you let him keep going at the press conference?
Well, I mean, I think he was just on a roll, so I let him keep going. I mean, there were a couple of moments that were interesting. I mean, I could have played Queen H6 instead of Queen H5. But overall, I mean, I didn't really see the point. So I wouldn't say I'm tired, definitely not, because there was a nice rest day yesterday, which was quite good in terms of recovering. But yeah, I think, you know, it was an interesting game, and luckily I was never, I think, in any serious danger. And whenever you have games like that, it's much easier to kind of relax and just move forward.
Do you think maybe you're more relaxed than the players coming in? Because I've noticed during the first move today, you were laughing with Matt Collins, the NFL player. And a couple days ago, when there was a mention of the Allman brothers, you were getting a kick out of that. I don't see any other players reacting pre-round. Do you feel like you're a little bit looser going into the games than some of your competitors?
Well, I mean, of course I am. I have no pressure on me. Everybody else, this is their once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I don't need to be blasé about it, but yeah, I think also, frankly, for me, like I'm trying to enjoy it in a different kind of way. I would say that, you know, I've played a couple of candidates, but also, frankly, I mean, the way I view it, this is either my last one or second to last one. I mean, I've stated, I think, multiple times that I don't intend to play professionally past the age of 40. So, like, I'm just trying to enjoy the experience. Also, frankly, I think, you know, you have all these great, I don't know if you want to say celebrities or influencers is a bad word these days, but you have all these VIPs basically showing up, and ultimately I think it's important that they have a good experience too, because like today, you know, Jan was very stoic, and I mean, I understand it, of course, with such an important game against me, but you know, you want these people to have a good experience, to enjoy it, because you never know what can happen down the road. Now, it doesn't mean they'll sponsor an event, but like, even if they have a good, positive feeling about chess, there's more opportunities for something more to happen. I mean, you never know. Like the guy today, he's a wide receiver. You know, he could go and play chess with Josh Allen. You never know. Maybe Josh Allen gets really gets really into chess, for example, and it goes from there. You know, of course, there's Joe Burrows who plays chess quite a lot as well. But I mean, in general, if these VIPs have a positive experience, that can only be a good thing. So I try to be pretty relaxed and you know, chatty. And, I mean, I enjoy seeing these people who love chess so much show up.
That's great to hear. And speaking about your enjoyment, you've expressed your love for Canada before. You've lived here for a bit. You love sushi. You love hockey. Are you getting to enjoy Toronto?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because, you know, I try not to be emotional in general, but, you know, when I went to Vancouver, it was actually, I think, exactly 16, it was right about 16 years ago today. It was right around April 20th, 2008 when I came to Vancouver, and I decided to spend the better part of that year there. And it was a very important year for me in terms of, you know, learning how to enjoy life, and that helped me break through 2700 and everything else. You know, things like that aren't lost on me. Toronto itself, I'm going to be honest, it's not my favorite city. Vancouver is where my heart is and always will be. But nonetheless, to see the enthusiasm for chess here is definitely a good thing. So I'm enjoying it.
Final question. Tomorrow against Gukesh, biggest chess game of your life?
Biggest chess game of my life. I mean, on one hand, yes, but you know, I think I've said it many times. You know, I feel like in general, I'm playing with house money. Everything kind of at this point, it's like winning the lottery and then trying to win the lottery again. I mean, I think when you look at everything that happened with the chess boom and how the world, alongside the chess world as well, both changed. I mean, I feel like I've already won the lottery, so it feels like trying to win the lottery again. And sure, it would be nice, but honestly, you know, I'm just trying to play a good game of chess, and if it's not good enough, it's not good enough, but that's life.
Thanks so much. There's a man who's really enjoying himself. Now back to you in the studio. That was great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Sure. Sure.